Happy Friday, everyone. We're midsummer. Let's keep talking gold. Gold has had a great couple of years, but certainly its flight to safety over the last little while has been strengthened. And we spoke last week a little bit about some of the companies that are out there, but let's focus a bit more on M&A because it seems like it's been quiet to some degree. But of course, I mean, we have the mega deal from 2024, which is Newmont, them acquiring Newcrest. That's about a $19.6 billion deal, and that was the biggest. It makes it the biggest gold merger in history. That is obviously the biggest news so far of 2024. And that kind of their combined entities projected to be about 8 million ounces. So we see there's huge deals being done, and of course slightly aligned, but off of that is of course on that mega scale, not just gold. Those BHP's bid for Anglo. Now that would have also been quite a huge deal. And before we get to the smaller ones, it's important to look at some of these giant deals because they're jockeying for position on the big end. And we'll see even on the smaller end, there's people picking up projects and acquiring things and starting to focus. That's going to translate into the market sooner or later. Because I know a lot of people ask, well, why aren't we seeing in overall mining, much of a surge? Part of that being bad promotion, part of that being horrible Canadian markets and lots of inefficiencies. But we feel strong that things are going to turn around. So even if you are waiting on your favorite junior to start making some moves, the commodity itself has done fantastically well for those who have been well positioned in a strong portfolio. But let's look at some of the junior ones. So I want to get people's take on where they think this is going. We've got half of a year left. If they think there's going to be any other bigger deals by the end of the year. I mean, especially this size of deals, like a BHP or the Newcrest type of deal. These are mega deals, and we've kept the tech deal out because of coal. We're trying to focus mostly on gold right now. We see that Alamos Gold, they're closing their Argonaut Gold acquisition. Mako Mining, acquires Gold Source Mines. Contango ORE announces high gold mining shareholder approval. So there's lots of deals happening here in the gold space. And I know I've got some target ones. I don't know if it'll happen this year, but maybe next year. I think if people start focusing on some of their favorites in that space, a lot of these companies are flush with cash. They've been having wonderful gold prices. I don't think people are assuming there's going to be too much of a drop, although they're trading in a good bandwidth. And that spells well for gold. What is harming overall situation is financing costs, interest costs, inflation, all these things. Hopefully, once again, big fingers crossed, we get through the U.S. election unscathed. We get a new fiscally responsible group and a pro-business group in both the U.S. and Canada that can help get these interest rates cut back, especially in Canada, because we see people are really stressed right now to the limit, carrying a lot of household debt and a lot of home mortgage debt. If they could get interest rates down and also provide lower financing and open up kind of deal flow on the debt side as well for actually considering, starting a mine, that would be great. Because right now the inflated cost of everything, if you were to attempt to build a mine out right now, would be a lot higher than if you had done a PEA or if you'd done kind of an analysis 2 or 3 years ago. Right now, the cost would have jumped enormously. Now, whether or not it matches the gold price, maybe, but it would be a lot better if we could bring that down, the financing costs down, and open up the space a bit more. And that might come. So reach out to us. I'd love to see some comments as to what you think at the end of the year, if there will be any more big deals. And maybe we'll open up. It doesn't have to be just gold. I mean, I want to focus on the precious metals, but tell me who your precious metals favorite one is. If you see any of the juniors being maybe taken out by some of the bigger ones, we see them, dropping money into some of these deals. And make sure you follow us as well, because we like some of these companies and we like to follow who some of these big companies and big funds are putting their money towards. And maybe that's something you should look forward and talk to your broker about. Anyways, join us at the Market Mindset. We'd love to hear some feedback. Enjoy your weekend, and we look forward to talking to you next week.